Hey, I'm back again. We got to talk about words because words are important. How you use them, when you use them, what jurisdiction you're in, what standing you're in, and how can you take authority if you don't know. Then you have to understand, and when you understand in the legal system, that means you are under. All right, I want to talk about the word person because there's a lot of talk in the patriot groups about not to use the word citizen or not to use the word person, and I understand, but there's confusion because it's not the whole truth. When you're in the legal system, you got to understand they have words. And when you allow yourself to be trapped in that system, or you get tricked into that system through no fault of your own, it's all a fraud. So, person, persona, entity, that's all corporate in the legal. However, in the free world, in the common law world, person and persons was used a lot. I'm going to prove it to you. Okay? The state's constitutions were drafted by men, by we the people. I have 47 of the states' Bills of Rights and Declarations of Rights into a Word document. I can use the find feature and search for a word. It will tell me how many times it identifies that word in the document, and it will take me through them one by one, and I can read how they're used. So, before the bar was here, let's see. I find person 972 times. Persons 221 times. Let's see how it's used. Wyoming, Section 6. Text of Section 6, due process of law. No person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. This is in the People's Bill of Rights. These are people's rights, not government rights, not servants' rights, not corporation rights, people's rights. Text of Section 18, religious liberty. The free exercise and enjoyment of religious profession and worship without discrimination or preference shall be forever granted in this state, and no person shall be rendered incompetent to hold any office or trust or profit or to serve as witness or juror because of his opinion on any matter of religious belief whatever, but the liberty of conscience hereby secured shall not be so construed as to excuse acts of licentiousness or justify practice inconsistent with peace or safety of the state. Now, this is in the People's Bills of Rights. This is not the rights of servants. Corporations, servants and corporations don't have rights. They have obligations and duties. Right? All right. Let's go on a little further here. Alabama, Section 5, text of Section 5, unreasonable search and seizure search warrants. That the people shall be secure in their persons. The people shall be secure in their persons. We're into people's bills of rights, declarations of rights. It's not the government's rights. So when you're in lawful land, feel free to say you're an American citizen. You're a citizen of the great state of Michigan. In my instance, I live in Michigan, a free man. That the people shall be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and possessions from unreasonable seizure and searches, and that no warrant shall issue to search any place or to seize any person or thing without probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation. All right, let's take a look at Section 10 here. Section 10, right to prosecute civil cause. This is in the People's Bills of Rights. There are no rights for our servants. All right? That no person shall be barred from prosecuting or defending before any tribunal in this state by himself or counsel any civil cause to which he is a party. You gonna tell me that we're talking about this is legal? It's not lawful? You gotta understand what world you're in. You gotta understand where you're standing. And you haven't been taught this because of fraud. And fraud eviscerates everything. So we are born free. And our constitutions give us rights, inalienable rights, inherent rights, rights of liberty, rights of freedom, right to own property. And these rights are passed on to posterity. That's the children. And they cannot be taken away by any compact. That's contract. So this whole birth certificate thing, see, it gets so twisted and so confused, but it's just this simple. That was a fraud. F-R-A-U-D, fraud. It eviscerates everything. It's that simple. All right. Civil rights. No person. Excuse me. Civil rights. We giving civil rights to our servants? When they're out of uniform, when they're not on duty, doesn't mean they can violate their oath, but it means they can have their rights, their God-given rights. Civil rights. No person is to be denied the enjoyment of any civil or political right because of race, color, creed, sex, or national origin. The legislature shall implement this section, amended 1972. Legislature. Legal. We're going to implement no person in civil rights. Come on, people. All right. Now, to give you a comparison, liberty is really important. I find the word liberty 207 times. I find the word freedom 131 times in these 47 documents that I have. Yet person 972, persons 221 in our state's bills of rights and declarations of rights. So I understand when you're in the legal system, person, persona, fiction, entity, corporate, I get it. It's a fraud. That's all you need to understand. It's a fraud, and it's unconstitutional. And all these black robes know it. And all these attorneys know it. All right, talking about these attorneys. There's a guy here in Michigan who's got a YouTube channel. Steve Leto or something like that. Leto's Law. And he's got a YouTube video, 10 things not in the Constitution. Now here's his bar attorney. He's going to tell you, you got no right to privacy, and God is not mentioned in the Constitution. Well, Mr. Leto, Mr. Disinformation, Misinformation, treasonous rat. I'm going to tell you something. I find Lord 7 times in the Tennessee Constitution. In the 47 constitutions, I find pray 17 times. Blessings 22 times. God 47 times. You listen to that bar attorney, he's going to tell you God's not in your Constitution. You don't have a right to privacy. You got to read, people. You got that little thing in your hand. You get the thing on your lap. You get the thing on your desk. Search it out. Pull up your state's constitutions. Go to the Bills of Rights. Copy and paste it. Put it in a Word document. And read them. And understand words that you don't understand, like wheel, W-E-A-L, or abrogate. Simple words that they just took out of our education system. And that was one of the founding principles of the bar. A group of volunteer attorneys and students. Yeah. All right. Worship. The word worship. 105 times. Religious. 213 times. Defending. 20 times. Privacy. 22 times. Independent. 33 times. Happiness. 52 times. Enjoy or enjoyment, 92 times. Defend, 129 times. If I didn't say defending the first time, that's what I should have said. So defending 20 times, defend 129 times. Private, 149 times, Mr. Leto. Liberty, 207 times. Free. Anybody want to take a guess? What's the highest number we got on here so far? Worst, religious, 213. What's the second highest number we got? Private. Oh no. Wait a minute. Liberty, 207 times. Yep. Defend, 129 times. Private, 149 times. How many times do you think I found the word free? 407 times. 407 times. Find God 47 times. Apply some critical thinking. Don't believe me. Check it out for yourself. There's a possibility there could be an error in my digital equipment here, because I do know that when I type the word in find and I don't hit the space bar, I get a number of words. And then if I hit the space bar, that number will change. And I haven't figured out why. I haven't been through to figure out what's going on, because I don't need to prove the point that I want to prove. Lawful citizen. Lawful, you're a citizen. Be proud of it. You're in the legal system? You're in the, no. Corporate entity. Person, personnel. Personal. Person, personal. Lawful. Own it. Be proud of it. Don't let anybody tell you you just trapped yourself. Monkey. Monkey. I ain't your monkey. I am your boss. This is Master Dean, Mr. Servant, Miss Servant, Mr. Servant, Mr. Mystery, Miss Servant. Dismissed. Right? All right. We just need to clarify that, because I felt it's really important. Because how are you gonna stand your ground? How are you gonna know where you're at? How are you gonna not be tricked if you don't know the truth? Peace out. Love you all.